I walked away from teaching 6 months ago. Not because I wanted to, because I had to. I used to teach third grade at Newton Elementary. I love the job, love my students, loved watching their faces light up the moment something they've been struggling with finally clicked. But love doesn't cover rent when you're raising a kid alone. So now I drive for food apps, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, whichever one pings first. I work 70 hours a week. I bring home roughly double what teaching paid. And every single day, I hate myself a little more for walking away from the one thing I was actually good at. But my son needs me, and right now what he needs is a father with flexible hours and money in the bank more than he needs a father with a job he loves. Before we get into it, where's everyone watching from? Drop it in the comments. And if stories about love, loss, and impossible choices are your thing, hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. It's been 6 months since Caroline died. 6 months since I became a single father. 6 months since I lost the love of my life in a car accident that never should have happened. Today would have been her 30th birthday, so I'm taking Cody to see her. Cody is 4. He doesn't fully grasp death yet. He knows mommy is gone, knows she's not coming back, but he still asks when she's coming home. Still sets a place for her at dinner sometimes. It gets me every time. Daddy, where are we going? Cody asks from his car seat, clutching a fistful of daisies we picked at the park, his favorite flower. Caroline's favorite flower. We're going to visit mommy. At the place with the rocks? Yeah, buddy. The cemetery. Will she be there? I grip the wheel a little tighter. In a way. He goes quiet for a second, then, can I give her the flowers? Of course you can. Oakwood Cemetery sits 20 minutes outside the city. Rolling hills, old oaks quiet. Caroline's in the older section, where the traditional family plots are. Plot 247, row C. I've got it memorized. I park, unbuckle Cody, and hold his hand as we walk through the gates. He's been here 3 times before, once for the funeral, which he barely remembers, and twice since, and each time he's a little more used to it, which breaks my heart in its own particular way. Is mommy's rock the pretty one? He asks. Yeah, the one with the angel. Caroline's headstone is white marble. Her parents, her father, really paid for it. Nothing I could have afforded came close. Caroline Elizabeth Ballard, 1995 to 2024. Beloved daughter. It bothers me that it doesn't say beloved wife or beloved mother, but nobody asked my opinion. I wasn't even invited to help plan the funeral because Caroline's father didn't know I existed. We come around the corner toward her grave, and I stop because someone's already there. A man, older, maybe 60, expensive suit, gray hair, standing with his back to us, staring down at Caroline's headstone. Gregory Ballard, her father. I've never met him, but I've seen a photo. Caroline showed it to me once, years back, tried to explain why she couldn't tell him about me. He's not a bad man, she'd said. He just has very specific ideas about what my life should look like. And you don't fit them. I'd asked her, am I ever going to meet him? She'd smiled sad. Someday, when I'm brave enough. Someday never came. I saw him at the funeral. He never saw me at all. I should leave. Turn around, come back later. But Cody's already pulling me forward. Daddy, come on, I want to give mommy the flowers. Gregory turns at the sound of his voice. For a second, we just look at each other. He's holding a bouquet of orchids. Expensive, flawless, the kind of flowers you buy when you have more money than feeling. Cody and I are holding daisies, a little wilted, free, the kind you pick when you have more love than money. Excuse me, Gregory says, voice cold and clipped. This is my daughter's grave. I know, I say quietly. Then perhaps you could give me a moment of privacy. Cody looks up at me, confused. I kneel next to him. Buddy, can you go put the flowers on mommy's grave for me? Okay. He runs forward with the daisies. Gregory watches him, annoyed, then looks back at me. I don't know who you are, but this is a private. Cody sets the daisies down right next to the photo embedded in the headstone, the one of Caroline smiling. Hi, Mommy, he says softly. I brought you flowers. The pretty yellow ones you like. Gregory goes completely still. Cody, he whispers. Cody looks up. That's me. How do you know my name? Gregory stares at him. At his eyes, Caroline's eyes. His nose, Caroline's nose. His smile, Caroline smiled. Then he looks at me, and I watch the exact moment it lands. Who are you? His voice is shaking now. I take a breath. My name is Emmett Marsh. That doesn't answer my question. She was my wife. Silence. Just wind through the trees, distant traffic, Cody humming to himself as he arranges the daisies. A parade of emotions crosses Gregory's face. Confusion, disbelief, anger. That's impossible. It's not. My daughter wasn't married. She was. For almost 5 years. You're lying. I pull out my phone, show him a photo, me and Caroline on our wedding day, City Hall, simple dress, a suit from Target. But we're smiling. God, we're smiling. Gregory stares at it, hand trembling. Wendy whispers, 5 years ago, June 14th. She never told me. I know. Why? I look at him. At this man who scared Caroline so badly, she hid her whole life from him. Because she knew you wouldn't approve. Gregory's face hardens. Of course I wouldn't approve. Who are you? What do you do? Right now, I'm a delivery driver. A delivery driver? He says it like a diagnosis. And you thought you were good enough for my daughter? She thought I was good enough. That's all that mattered. My daughter deserved better than. Than what? Than someone who loved her? Than someone who made her happy? Than someone who saw her as more than just a Ballard? His jaw tightens. You have no idea what you're talking about. Don't I? I step closer. She told me about you. About how you tried to control every piece of her life. About the suitable men you introduced her to. About how you made her feel like nothing she did was ever good enough unless it made you proud. I wanted what was best for her. You wanted what was best for your image. There's a difference. Cody runs back over. Daddy, I told Mommy happy birthday. Gregory looks down at him. Really looks. How old are you? His voice is softened a bit. 4. Cody holds up 3 fingers. I'm a big boy. 4. Gregory repeats. He does the math. Looks at me. She was pregnant. Yes. For how long? She gave birth 4 years ago. You do the math. His face goes pale. She was pregnant at Christmas 4 years ago, at dinner. She told you she was just tired from work. She was tired from being 7 months pregnant and hiding it from you. And then she left for her semester in Milan. She was never in Milan. She was here, on a side of town you'd never look for her. Why would she hide that from me? I'm her father. I had a right to know. Did you? I crossed my arms. Because from what Caroline told me, you had rights to everything in her life, her career, her relationships, her choices. Maybe she wanted one thing that was just hers. I would have helped her. You have tried to control her. Again, Gregory looks at me, then at Cody, then at Caroline's grave. She died 6 months ago, he says quietly. You've had 6 months to contact me, to tell me I had a grandson. Why didn't you? I don't have a good answer. I don't know. You don't know. I thought about it every day. But Caroline spent 5 years hiding us from you. I figured she had her reasons. So you just kept my grandson from me. I kept Cody away from a man who made his mother feel like she had to live a double life just to be happy. The words sit there between us. Gregory's expression shifts, hurt, then anger. Get out. What? Get away from my daughter's grave. Take that child and leave. That child is your grandson. I don't know that. I have no proof. You show me one photo and expect me to believe. I pull my phone back out, scroll through. Caroline pregnant, Caroline holding newborn Cody. Cody on his first birthday, his second, third, fourth. Hundreds of photos. An entire life Gregory never knew existed. I hold the phone out to him. There's your proof. 5 years of it. A marriage. A child. A life she was terrified to share with you because she knew exactly how you'd react. Exactly like this. Gregory looks through the photos, hands shaking. And then I see it, tears running down his face. She was going to tell me, he whispers. The day she died, she called me, said she had something important to talk about. I thought it was work. I was annoyed. I almost canceled. My stomach drops. What? She was coming to see me. That's where she was driving. To my house. He looks up. She died 10 minutes from my house. I can't breathe. Caroline was going to tell him. After 5 years of hiding, she'd finally found the courage, and she died before she got the chance. Gregory closes his eyes. I waited 2 hours. Thought she'd change her mind. I was angry. I actually called her phone. left a voicemail telling her she was being disrespectful. She never got it. I know. His voice breaks. The police called me at 8 that night. Said there'd been an accident. By the time I got to the hospital, she was already gone. We stand there, two men who both love Caroline, both failed her in different ways. Finally, Gregory speaks. I need proof. Legal proof. Birth certificate. Marriage certificate. I have them. Bring them to my office. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. He pulls out a business card, hands it over. I take it. And then what? And then we'll see. He walks away without another word. Doesn't look back. Doesn't say goodbye to Cody. Cody tugs my hand. Daddy, who was that man? I kneel down, look into his eyes, Caroline's eyes. That was your grandfather. I have a grandfather. Yeah, buddy. You do. Me? Is he nice? I don't know how to answer that. I don't know yet. That night, after Cody's asleep, I sit in the living room staring at the business card. Gregory Ballard, CEO, Ballard Enterprises. I think about throwing it out. He made it plenty clear he doesn't want us in his life. But then I think about Cody, how he deserves to know his grandfather, deserves more family than just me. And maybe, just maybe, Gregory deserves a second shot at knowing his grandson. The next day, I take the afternoon off, mark myself unavailable on the app, and eat an $80 loss I couldn't really afford. But this mattered more. I drop Cody at daycare, drive downtown, park in a garage that runs me $25 for 2 hours. Ballard Enterprises sits inside one of those glass towers that make you feel small just standing outside it. I walk in wearing my nicest clothes, khakis, and the button-down I bought for Caroline's funeral, and I look ridiculous next to everyone else in suits. The receptionist eyes me like I've wandered in off the street. Can I help you? I have a meeting with Gregory Ballard. 2 p.m. She looks skeptical. Name? Emmett Marsh. She types it in, eyebrows lift. Oh yes. He's expecting you. 40th floor. The elevator ride feels like it takes an hour. When the doors open, another receptionist is waiting. Older, stern. Mr. Marsh? Yes. Mr. Ballard is waiting. This way. She leads me down a hallway past glass-walled offices, conference rooms, people who all look like they belong here. I don't. She opens a door. Mr. Marsh, sir. Gregory's behind a massive desk, floor-to-ceiling windows behind him overlooking the whole city. Emmett. Seat. Seat. He gestures at a manila folder on his desk. Birth certificate. Marriage certificate. Anything else you can provide. I hand over the folder I brought. He opens it, reads in silence. Marriage certificate, City Hall, 5 years ago, Caroline Elizabeth Ballard and Emmett James Marsh. Birth certificate, Cody Alexander Marsh, mother Caroline Ballard, father Emmett Marsh. Photos, dozens of them. He studies everyone carefully, his expression never changing. Finally, he looks up. This doesn't make sense. What doesn't? Why she hid you? I've spent 24 hours trying to understand. Was I really that terrible? I don't answer. I gave her everything, he goes on. The best schools. The best opportunities. A job at my company. A penthouse. Everything a father could give a daughter. Except the freedom to make her own choices. That's not fair, isn't it? I lean forward. She told me about Mario. His face tightens. Mario was a good match. Mario was a hedge fund manager you handpicked. Caroline went on 3 dates with him because you insisted. She hated every minute of it. She never told me that. Because you never asked. You just assumed that because he had money and connections, he was right for her. And you think you were right for her? A delivery driver? I'm actually a teacher. You couldn't even manage that. The words land like a punch. No, I say quietly. Because after Caroline died, I needed flexible hours to take care of our son. Teaching's 8 to 4, 5 days a week. If Cody gets sick, I can't just leave. If he needs me, I have to be there. Delivery, driving lets me do that. He's quiet a moment. You gave up teaching to raise him alone. Yes. Why didn't you hire help? A nanny? With what money? I laugh bitter. I clear about $60,000 a year working 70-hour weeks. Daycare's $1,400 a month. Rent's $1,800. Food, utilities, clothes for a kid who outgrows everything every 3 months. There's nothing left for a nanny. So you work yourself to death. I do what I have to do. Gregory leans back, studying me. My daughter loved you. It's not a question, just a statement. Yes. Enough to hide her entire life from me. She wasn't hiding her life. She was protecting it. From me? Yes. He closes his eyes. I've spent 30 years building this company, building wealth, building a legacy. And my daughter was so afraid of me that she married a stranger in secret and had a child I knew nothing about. She wasn't afraid of you. She was afraid of disappointing you. What's the difference? One's about fear. The other's about love. Gregory opens his eyes. I want to meet him properly. Cody. Why? Because he's my grandson, and I've already missed 4 years. I don't want to miss any more. And if you say no, I'll respect it. But I'm asking. Please. It's the please that gets me. Okay, I say. But on my terms. At my apartment, where he's comfortable. When? Saturday, 2 p.m. And Gregory, if you say anything that makes him feel like he's not good enough, we're done. Understood. Understood. Saturday comes fast. I clean the apartment. Cody doesn't understand why I'm nervous. Is Grandpa coming? Yes. Is he nice now? I hope so, buddy. At exactly 2 p.m., there's a knock. I open the door. Gregory's standing there. No suit this time, just slacks and a sweater. He looks smaller somehow, more human, holding a gift bag. Ah, he says. Come in. He steps inside, looking around. I can see him taking in the worn furniture, the small TV, toys scattered everywhere. Cody, I call. Come here for a minute. Cody runs out of his room and stops when he sees Gregory. Hi, he says shyly. Okay. Gregory kneels down. I'm your grandfather. You can call me, well, whatever you'd like. Grandpa. His eyes water. Grandpa is perfect. Cody eyes the gift bag. Is that for me? It is. Would you like to open it? Yes, please. Gregory hands it over. Inside is a stuffed elephant, soft, gray, the kind that costs way too much. Wow. Cody hugs it. Thank you, Grandpa. You're welcome. Cody runs back to his room to show his other toys the new elephant. Gregory looks at me. He looks just like her. I know. I've missed so much. Yes, you have. We stand there awkwardly. Can I ask you something? Gregory says. Sure. You said Caroline was scared of my judgment. Was it really that bad? Was I really that controlling? I think it over. Caroline crying the night. She told me she couldn't invite her father to our wedding. The way she'd flinch every time he called, terrified he'd somehow figure it out. Yes, I say honestly. You were. Gregory sits down on the couch, head in his hands. I thought I was protecting her, guiding her, making sure she didn't make mistakes. You were suffocating her. I know that now. He looks up. Can I tell you something? Okay. My wife, Caroline's mother, died when Caroline was 12. Cancer. I promised myself I'd take care of her. Make sure she had everything. Make sure she never struggled the way we did while I was building the company. So you try to control everything. I try to make sure she never got hurt, never made bad choices, never ended up with someone who couldn't provide for her. He pauses. Someone like you. I'm not going to apologize for not being rich. I'm not asking you to. Gregory walks to the window. My daughter spent 5 years hiding from me, and then she died, trying to finally tell me the truth. That's on me. It's not. It is. If I'd been the kind of father she could talk to, she wouldn't have been in that car that day. Wouldn't have been so scared of telling me that she waited 5 years. I don't know what to say to that. I can't get her back, Gregory continues. But I have a grandson, and I don't want to make the same mistakes with him. What are you saying? I'm saying I want to be part of his life. If you'll let me. And what does that look like? I don't know, but I'd like to figure it out. Together. Over the next few months, Gregory comes by every Saturday. It's awkward at first. He doesn't know how to talk to a 4-year-old. Brings gifts that are way too expensive. Tries too hard. But slowly he gets better. He learns Cody likes magic tricks. Starts bringing those instead of designer toys. He learns Cody likes pancakes. Starts bringing the mix and making breakfast. He learns Cody misses his mom. Starts telling him stories about Caroline as a little girl. And Cody loves it. Loves having a grandpa. Loves hearing about mommy. One Saturday, Gregory pulls me aside while Cody's playing. I need to talk to you about something. Okay. I've been thinking about your situation. My situation? You work 70 hours a week. You're exhausted. Cody barely sees you. I'm doing the best I can. I know. And I'm not criticizing. I'm offering help. I tense. I don't want your money. I'm not offering money. I'm offering a job. What? You were a teacher. A good one, from what Caroline wrote in her journals. You read her journals? I've been reading everything she left behind, trying to understand her. Trying to understand you. He pauses. She wrote about you constantly. How much your students loved you. How you'd stay late to help kids who were struggling. How you'd spend your own money on supplies because the school never had enough. I look away. That was a long time ago. It was 6 months ago. Gregory pulls out a folder. I sit on the board of Newton Elementary, where you used to teach. I know. There's an opening. 4th grade. It's yours if you want it. I stare at him. You can't just. I can't guarantee you the job, but I can make sure your application gets serious consideration. The principal remembers you, speaks highly of you. Why would you do this? Because my daughter loved you. Because you gave up something you loved to raise her son. Because Cody deserves a father who isn't working himself to death. He pauses. And because I need to start making things right. I apply. I get it. I go back in August, 4th grade, room 204, the same room I taught in before, the same room where I met Caroline 6 years ago, back when she volunteered to read to my class. It's December now, 5 months since I started teaching again. Cody's in kindergarten at the same school. We walk in together every morning. My students are incredible. I'd forgotten how much this fills me up. Gregory visits every weekend, takes Cody to the park, to museums, to movies. Last week he asked, "Can Cody spend Christmas with me?" What? I have a big house. Empty. I like to fill it with family. With you and Cody, if you'll come. I think about saying no, about holding the line. But then I think about Caroline, about how badly she wanted this. A family together. Okay, I say. We'll come. Christmas morning. Cody runs into my room at 6 a.m. Daddy, Santa came, and we're going to Grandpa's house. I know, buddy. We drive to Gregory's place. The first time I've seen it. It's massive, intimidating. But when Gregory opens the door, he's smiling. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Cody bolts inside, marveling at a Christmas tree that has to be 12 feet tall. Gregory and I stand in the doorway. Thank you, he says quietly. For what? For giving me a second chance? For letting me know my grandson? For not giving up on me, even when I deserved it? Caroline would have wanted this. She loved you. I know, and I failed her. But you're not failing, Cody. He looks at me. Thank you for letting me try. We spend the whole day together, the three of us. Cody tearing through presents, playing with toys, eating too much candy, while Gregory and I drink coffee and actually talk. About Caroline. About regret. About second chances. About my own thin family history. And for the first time since she died, I let myself believe that maybe, just maybe, we're going to be okay. That night, once Cody's asleep in one of Gregory's guest rooms, the two of us stand out on the back deck looking at the stars. We don't say anything for a while, and I find myself thinking about Caroline, about the cemetery, about the stranger who turned out to be family, about how loss can break you apart. But sometimes, if you're lucky, it can put you back together too, just in a different shape than before. Have you ever found family in the most unexpected place? Share your thoughts below.